Okay.
Hello, and welcome to the Broke Gamers Podcast.
Yeah, hi. I am your host, Johnny, and I have with me
Jarek.
Jabril.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna talk about stuff today. Jabril, you want to say something that you're peeved about?
Indeed.
Okay.
Tell us, do peeve at us.
Okay. Ubisoft. First off, what the hell?
What the?
How are you gonna delay a game a month before it's released?
Because we can.
You know, that's.
You know, I was thinking maybe we should probably just do like reaction chats. Like we actually ask like, what the hell? And just have someone in the background going, you know, we can.
Oh, yeah, by the way, we also don't have our other member here who's going to... Yeah, it's probably going to be the worst podcast ever because...
Thanks, Jay.
Yeah, Jay left us. He left us! He left us!
He has loyalties to others.
But anyway, yeah, so no, I don't know. I found out about the Watch Dogs thing and I was like pissed off. I'm like, gosh darn it, man. I was really looking forward to that. It looks so freaking cool.
I know.
But the thing is, now I know it's partially a bad thing, partially a good thing because the game might turn out really good now.
Right. We're
Or-
hoping that with the length of time they're going to take, that
You know,
it'll
or
Or
actually
it's going to
turn
turn
out to be
out even worse because they probably took out awesome features.
good. Right.
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
call BS on Ubisoft. Think about it. I think they just didn't want to compete with all the other titles coming out. I mean, you got Battlefield,
Yeah.
you got Call of Duty, you got Assassin's Creed is their property, so either way.
Right,
just-
they've already got a game out, so therefore they're not going to.
I just
They're
don't
going to
think-
save it until.
I just don't think they wanted to risk it with a new engine coming out and all these other games that have been established out there.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about, like, this time of year. Like, fall is always that big video game time and stuff
That's
like
because
that.
it's right before Christmas and everyone's going to
Yeah.
be buying. So
See, now, some people were saying GTA 5 was a little bit, you know, they're like pussies because they're putting their game out when, you know, not anybody else is really putting their game out and stuff. But at the same time, I thought, well, that actually made sense because
no one else is
it's
buying
it's
games.
far enough away from Christmas that you know you don't have to stop buying games because you might get something for Christmas, but at the same time it's, you know, it's close to all the other games, so you can have that sort of, you know, I just finished playing GTA 5 to go on to something else. By the way, I just finished playing GTA 5.
Yes.
Yeah, finally.
Yes.
Finally, yeah. I mean, I still have the extra little stuff after the ending that you can do, but yeah, the initial game credits.
Yeah,
rolled,
I know
and
what you mean.
yeah.
It's like I still haven't done those yet because I've basically like
Yeah, I started.
my
doing-
sister's taken over that one. She's like gone to just playing the online stuff. So I'm just
Yeah.
like I'm personally waiting for the time when they actually update it so that way then you can actually perform heists with your friends.
Yeah. By the way, that was something I was severely disappointed with in GTA 5 is that they hyped the heist aspect.
Yeah,
of
with
the
the
ending.
planning and all
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And you only do like 3 missions.
Yeah, you do 3
And
heists,
you only get paid for 2. It's like,
and not
what
only
the-
that, and not only that, but it's like, oh, and they're super, you know, customizable on the way you perform them. Option A or option B.
We have
We
the
just-
CD and E.
Groundbreaking.
We can do this
Either you go
the hard
fuck
way
up the people or
or
you get
the
yourself
easy way.
fucked up.
Yeah. So that kind of pissed me off, and I was like, dang it. So now I just pretty much definitely have to play online to get the whole heist experience and stuff, and that's kind of a pain in the butt. But yeah, and also from what I've heard, online is like if you go online, you immediately get killed, and also you can
Pretty
never
much
ride
just-
you can
Yeah,
never ride a
and
motorcycle.
I'm just walking, and the next thing you know, this prick tries to run me over in a car. I'm like pinned
I-
against the wall. I was able to get up, shoot the motherfucker in the face.
I'm gonna fess up. I'm one of the trollers on GTA.
God
Online.
damn.
Damn it!
It's the only thing you can actually do right now because you get absolutely no money.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, they nerfed everything, right?
Yeah. And plus, they were supposed
Because
to.
they want you to buy the money.
Yes,
It's
but-
real
Now-
money.
now that-
so I'd say F you.
You did
I'm
hear about
sorry.
the thing though, where if you like log on at least this month, they'll give you 500,000.
Yeah, I didn't get it yet.
Really?
I didn't even hear about that.
That's
Yeah,
messed
it was.
up.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah, if you do it in October, you get it. Which
Okay.
I need to do it to like today because I don't have many days left.
It's supposed to be for the people who tried to log in online the very first time, but it wasn't working at that time.
Oh, from what I heard, it's just anybody. You can just create an account now. It will do it and stuff. So
but
I don't know, but
you're just gonna get shot and have someone steal it anyway. So
it's
It'll probably be me.
Damn it, Joe Brown.
But I heard a story about how somebody the first thing they did was they used like Franklin's motorcycle type vehicle and stuff like that. They got insurance on it, they souped it up real nice and stuff, and then next thing they know they're driving along and somebody just comes out of nowhere, hits them instantly, and that happened every 5 seconds because they're on a motorcycle. And I was like,
And
well, dang it, that's
you spawn very close to the people that actually kill you. So.
yeah. So that's like my favorite type of vehicle is the motorcycles and stuff. So I'm gonna be screwed if I play online. I'm gonna be like, okay, driving down, just get run over.
Exactly, and then it's like with and also what I heard is that like in order to, when they eventually do get the heists like on the game, you're gonna have to buy a really expensive like 40K apartment in order to plan out the heists.
Well, that's one of the things. I think the money you get, like the 500,000 or whatever you're supposed to get, like that is enough to just apparently buy like the best apartment in the game right now or something like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but yeah, I need to definitely log on and do that though.
We'll see if they ever actually come through with it.
But,
if they actually make their promises.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they've never done something like this before, but like it's Rockstar, so they're probably working on it.
We're hoping
it just makes me. It just kind of blows my mind because now thinking about it, they had to know this was all going to happen. I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
They released GTA 5 earlier before the online services.
Exactly.
Just so they can get the good review.
Right.
And then afterwards, they knew the crappy service for the online was going to come in. We knew we were all going to complain about it. But guess what? IGN already gave it a 10 out of 10.
That is true. Did not think about it that way.
Exactly. It's
conspiracy, bro.
It is, man. And the thing is that I'm wondering when, like, if they're ever gonna fix it, because like what they might do is they might say, well, we could fix it if we had more money.
Well,
they will. They'll
I
fix
mean,
it eventually.
in a way though, I think we're also being, I guess not greedy, but like we're just expecting a lot now because of the fact that they gave us this thing. But I mean, if you think about it, in other GTAs, you didn't really have the multiplayer online.
The only one they had was for Liberty City, and that's like number 4.
Yeah,
that was like right before. And
so that's
my
the thing.
sister played it, and all she did was drive around on a motorcycle and shoot.
It's always been a single player game,
right?
I mean, sure, you'd go over to a friend's house and everybody would sit around watching the one asshole
but
play the game.
If that is the case,
guess what? They marketed it as an online massive multiplayer. They need to make it that.
Exactly. Yeah. Take it like Rockstar. I hate to say it, but you should try and learn from like Infinity or something, because like from Call of Duty and all that, who actually have servers that can take the amount of players that ever that sign up for it.
I mean, you take a lesson from like World of Warcraft or something like that too, because they're the ones who actually have the huge.
Yes, actually, never mind. Forget about Infinite. Go for
the way I see
World of Warcraft. Go for Blizzard.
It's like a Vegas hooker. If you're paying for the full service, you deserve the full service.
Exactly.
Okay.
Thank God.
All right, I just want a handy, and then you're done. Okay, I want one of these. I want this.
No visuals, please.
And this. And this.
What is that?
I don't. He's using like a mortar and pestle or something like that.
I was thinking pepper grinder.
Yeah, pepper grinder or something like that. I don't know.
You never heard of Ryan Gumble?
No.
Can't say I have.
Okay. All right.
Oh my gosh.
That's for another podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. This is getting awkward.
Yeah. Let's move on to another subject.
So
Assassin's Creed's coming out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can't wait. I'm gonna totally get it for my PlayStation 3 because I'm not gonna wait for the PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I can't afford that.
We're broke. Dang it.
Yeah. But no, I want to get it, but I've been focusing on so many other things lately that I haven't had much time to play all that many games.
Well, it's also for me. It's like I've never bought any of the other Assassin's Creed games ever, and the reason is because I get bored after I initially play the first mission. I beat the game, and it's like, okay, well now what? There's nothing fun for me to do afterwards.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, after you beat it, there's nothing fun.
But in this one, you can actually be like free roam and take your time with the missions. And the thing is, I haven't played a good pirate game since PlayStation 2. This old game, probably no one's ever heard of this. It's called Legend of the Black Cat, where you're basically exactly, and it's basically you're a pirate, a hot chick with red head, big boobs. It's like, okay, that's a bonus.
Okay,
but the main point is for me is you actually get to command a ship. You get to blow stuff up and raid ships and all that. It's cool. It's awesome,
Yeah, something I would kind of like too is that if they if they did like a pirate game sort of like that and stuff, but like had a real like RPG, like a MMO RPG element to it,
Right.
that would be freaking awesome.
Yes, like kind of like Skyrim on pirate ships. That would be that would be epic.
But
less magic.
with
I guess-
other people too. I mean, 'cause can you imagine us gathering a fleet of pirate ships together
That would
going
be
out?
disastrous.
That would
It
be
would be disastrous, especially since half of us would probably just crash into each other. But
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm the commander of the high seas. Damn it! I've won almost every naval battle that I've ever fought in the Rome Total War games.
I'm gonna pull totally, if that sort of game ever comes out, I'm gonna pull a Captain Kirk and just ram our ship into the other ship.
Ramming speed.
Exactly. Just be like, well, I fired 2 shots at them and that didn't kill them. Only option left, just crash the ship into them, blow everybody up. Logical step, right?
Yeah. Kind of like on how it should have ended. It's like when they couldn't escape the black hole. It's like, Captain, we're out of options. Well, there's one option. Mr. Sulu, turn the ship around.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? So, did you guys see the new trailer just came out? I believe yesterday for Captain America.
Oh
Yes, I
yes,
Captain America.
Yes.
Captain
Yes.
America.
Okay, I can't. Now the thing is, I don't know if I'm just stupid and didn't really pay attention to the trailer. I didn't really understand what was going on aside from Captain America is like working with some group and they're like gonna betray him at some point.
Shit, I don't know. It's
I'm gonna take a wild stab in the dark.
Probably.
I want to say that it's probably going to be a reformed Hydra or
Oh,
maybe
that
Sword
that would be a good,
or
good
maybe
twist.
Yeah.
Sword. I'm not sure.
Maybe.
All I know is this: you have Winter Soldier, and did anybody notice that the helicarrier started to kind of crash down at some
Yeah,
point?
it's he's
Yeah.
at that point. Or not the point.
Well,
that
one
ship.
of many helicarriers.
Yeah, that one. They got more of them now, but it's like that one that it always seems to at one point crash. It's like, how can this $1 billion ship crash so easily? You think that they would I don't know,
Well,
put in some safety measures,
it's
emergency jets?
Look back at history
Ugh.
at the big giant Titanic.
Of course, but that was an accident.
Fucking Jack.
You moron.
Okay, the suit is freaking awesome.
Yes, we can all
dude,
agree on
the,
that.
the new
Yeah,
black
new-
or whatever.
Dude,
that's cool.
That's like.
I saw that. I was like, oh.
And then, did anyone notice the red starred version of Captain America? So I'm like,
That's
oh
the
my
Winter Soldier.
gosh, it's the lieutenant. It's a Russian
So
lieutenant.
is that
Lieutenant
supposed to
Russia.
be the other dude who was in the old the
Bucky?
first movie? Yeah, Bucky
Yeah,
Barnes
that's
or
Bucky.
whatever.
He is-
Should have just had Dum Dum Dugan. Instead, that would have been better. I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, how is he supposed to survive that time though? Like, is he pumped up on I don't know.
Maybe he was
It's-
frozen like
it's
Captain
different
America.
versions. There's one where he's actually frozen himself, or
cloning.
his body is salvaged by a particular black market group.
Yeah, we
It's
just found this
something-
old
okay.
shredded corpse right
Yeah.
here. Let's just take this.
Yeah, let's
one.
break down the canonicity of all the different Marvel comics.
Look- But there's just one factor we've completely ignored, and it's probably the most important of that movie.
I know where this is going.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah, her hair is like graphically redder or something like that. Is
I
it
know.
me or like
Yeah.
it looked
He just
a little bit?
unnaturally red.
Yeah, it
But
like
she's not natural red. But
Obviously, but it's
well,
like
I mean, still like I felt like it was almost CGI red. Like we've got Avatar technology on her hair.
Now-
I guess.
now, also, let's not ignore the introduction of a new character that might appear in the Avengers, and that's Falcon.
I think
The guy who has the wingsuit. In the trailer.
Oh,
Clearly
yeah.
not as cool as the Blue Falcon.
I didn't. Wow, we're really going old school now.
Now, of course, if you're a Falcon fan, you're probably going to be offended by this podcast. Anthony Mackie, he's a great actor. It's just, I wish he got a cooler character besides the Falcon. The Falcon sucks.
I don't know much about the Falcon, so I couldn't tell you either way.
Well, here's all he does. He flies. He talks to a Falcon.
That sounds terrible.
I know, it's
really
like you
is.
think that the Red Arrow guy was almost more useful.
The Red Arrow.
Hawkeye.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
Hawkeye.
I was like, who the hell is the Red Arrow
Hell
guy?
if I know. I don't
Like,
remember
and
his
also
name.
then I immediately thought of the Green Arrow.
I
I'm
know,
like,
but it's
wait,
like-
that's DC.
That's basically the same thing. That's why I call him
Yeah,
the Red
it
Arrow,
is.
because that's all he is. It's like it's just a rip off
Except
DC.
for The Green Arrow, he's standalone, you know.
Yeah.
Also, if you watch the show Arrow, he's all
Fuck
like,
that show.
dude, I like it.
I love
like,
that show, man.
Oh yeah,
I love that show.
I know, I like it. It's
I was interested in the island part, but whenever he goes back to the real world, he's like, he's bitching, his wife's bitching, his mom's bitching.
You know what's
it's like,
funny is that
fuck y'all.
my mom watches the show too, but she says the exact opposite of that. She hates the island part. She hates how it flashes back, and she's like, I hate how it goes.
I actually love both aspects. There was
Yeah,
one.
me
There
too.
was one episode last season where I guess he was poisoned or something like that, and it was in the full episode was just the entire flashback scene. I thought that was pretty epic.
Yeah. I mean, I like the show. I gotta say, though, there's so many parts at the beginning of the show, though, where it's like, he like, will shoot an arrow past somebody to warn them about something.
Yeah.
And I just can't help but think,
What did he miss?
like,
Oops.
but he turns around and walks away all cool, like, but I'm just thinking, like, and then, like, it just flies past the person's like, oh, shit, and he's like, fuck, I missed. You know, that's what I'm thinking every time.
Like he turns around and think, yeah, I'm so badass. And then you hear,
Jeez. Shit.
oh shit.
Okay, so you watched Wednesday's new episode, right?
No, I haven't watched it yet. Like,
Dang it.
Of what?
I wanted to watch it.
Wait,
the
what
other night.
you talking about? Agents of Shield or
No,
Arrow?
Arrow.
Arrow,
Oh.
yeah.
But I'm not gonna spoil anything. But there is mentioned a particular.
Black Canary or something.
Well, Black Canary's already been revealed, but
Oh, really? Oh.
they explain who brought her back to life. Okay, it's obvious at this. They didn't reveal it, but it's obvious at this point. It's Laurel's sister. It's
I actually did not know that.
obvious. It really is.
You totally just spoiled the shit out of me.
Well, it hasn't even been said on the show yet.
Oh, okay.
But-
will be soon.
But screw it. You know what? Cover your ears. Cover your ears.
No, I'm shit. Okay,
Okay.
I'm covering my ears.
All right, Ra's al Ghul has been revealed.
Mm-hmm.
His name has been mentioned.
Okay.
So somewhere down the line, we're gonna see Ra's al Ghul. Yes.
Okay.
All right, it's
Okay.
over.
Okay.
All right.
Good. I took my hands on my ears at the right point. Honestly, did not hear a single word, so I'm happy.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope my humming did not interrupt.
Cannot wait. We got Black Canary. We're gonna get Flash.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
That'll be interesting.
awesome. Yeah, dude.
I wonder how they're gonna make that work exactly. Like, just because it like has to run really fast. So
That's the only thing I'm worried about because
Yeah,
Arrow,
you
his
never
world's
know.
very grounded. He's very,
Mhm.
he's very into the
He's always
natural.
kind of It always kind of reminds me of like it's like well and the thing is like what they did with him was they actually made it a little more cooler because in the original comics he wore that ridiculous Robin Hood mask
Yeah.
thing. So I was like,
You know what? I'm not a fan of the face paint.
The
no, I
face
think what
Yeah.
they should have
Well,
they should
you know what's
done a
funny
mask
is
but
that
not like Robin Hood.
in
kind of thing.
all
It's
like
why?
in the Batman movie, the not good Batman movies,
Yeah.
the nipple Batman movies.
Well,
They
speak of those-
did do the eye paint, the face paint or whatever,
But it
but
was
with
under the mask.
Under the mask. But the thing I was always wondering is like he'll be out as Batman, then come back and immediately have that off his face. Like that's gotta take a little bit more than like half a second to get off your
But
face.
I did notice something in Arrow. Black Canary, she has a mask. Now, if you pay attention, it's the same Robin mask from Batman Forever.
What?
Just the R
Really?
missing. Yes.
Seriously.
It's the exact same mask. I'm not even kidding.
By the way, speaking of that, the guy in Arrow looks a crapload like what's his name, Chris O'Donnell, who plays
Yeah.
Robin. Yeah, I keep thinking that. I'm like,
Hey, it's Robin.
oh,
No, wait.
it's not Robin. But it looks like Robin, but it's not Robin. But it looks like him.
Okay, we get the
It looks like D'Artagnan from that Disney movie. Not based on the book by that Alexander Dumas or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't remember. Sorry.
I don't know. I'm not like a
I'm not
literary
exactly
person.
how do I say it?
I'm not a math guy.
No, I'm not the guy who can remember all the references that are made in movies and stuff like that. Like if you say like for example, you're talking about D'Artagnan. It's like I've watched 3 different Musketeers. It's like which one are you talking about?
Yeah,
It's like,
that
Disney one.
Not
still don't remember.
not the Paul W.S. Anderson one.
It's the one with
Mila
oh
Jovovich.
God, I can't remember his name. I only remember him as Oddballs.
Oddballs.
Yeah, Oddball from Kelly's Heroes. It's like Oddball's son played. in
Oh
one
yeah,
of the-
that's the one I was talking about. The
that's
the Disney.
I figured that's
Three
the one you were
Musketeers.
talking about, but I can't remember if Disney made
Kiefer
that.
Sutherland,
Kiefer Sutherland. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
See, I could never remember
the
their
guy
names.
from Phone Booth.
Yes.
And
Wrigley
24.
Yeah, but I always reference him as phone booth guy because it's just funnier. Because then people are like, "But 24." I'm like, "Fuck 20."
I always remember.
I don't know. It's probably an awesome show. I just never watched
It's
it.
an okay show.
I just remember
It's-
him as like Oddball's son. That's all I remember him as. Cause
Yeah.
It's just I love Oddball.
Well, they look a lot alike. So
They do. That's the funny part.
The vibes, man.
So, yeah.
Always with the negative vibes.
So we got a few more weeks till Thor comes out.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
dude. Like
We should
that-
totally just
that's
like all go watch
that's kind of the
that.
bad
I
part
know.
though about the Captain America thing coming out is I really wish the Thor movie had just come out and like as it premiered, it showed on the trailers the Captain America movie.
Well,
Would that not have been perfect? Because then
Yes.
you're not like taken away from it.
Yes.
The thing is, they're trying to promote with Thor. They're gonna promote Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 2,
Oh
and
no.
I believe I want to say they're gonna put out a trailer for Guardians of the Galaxy,
Really?
but I'm not too sure because they just finished.
So
filming it.
you read the comics and stuff like is Spider-Man and like even Wolverine, right? Don't they become like part of the Avengers or something like that?
Yes, they do, but of course, until Fox and Sony decide they hate making money, we're never gonna see them in the Avengers movie.
That's
Really?
And the thing
Well,
is,
yeah, because
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
I haven't really read the comics, but I've noticed like several comic titles and stuff like that, and I'll notice like for example, like Spider-Man's been in, like a lot of things. He'll be like in the
Yeah.
It's
It's funny
like
'cause
Ernest.
right now-
Ernest goes to the beach. You know, Spider-Man goes to the beach.
it's funny because there's two
Well,
Spider-Man.
Ernest was funny because he was always going solo act.
Maniac.
There's actually two Spider-Man comics going on right now, and Peter Parker is not Spider-Man either one of them.
What?
What?
So who's the new Spider-Man?
Okay, well, like, in order for this to make sense, I have to explain the two universes. You have
Will this be a long or
no,
short
no, it'll be very
description?
short.
Okay.
Very
I think I
short.
heard about this. It's like an alternate universe, and the
Yeah.
original Peter Parker dies, but the guy in the other universe takes his place. And
Is
Yeah,
that like
there's
the
some-
plot of the video game thing? That
No.
I think
no.
I could have sworn this one of the video games that was the main plot was
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
you actually interact with one the other Spider-Man in the Omniverse or whatever.
But you have the Ultimate Universe and you have the 616. The Ultimate Universe is a realistic universe.
Okay.
If you die in there, you're dead.
Okay.
In that one, Peter Parker has died, and the new Spider-Man is Miles Morales.
Okay.
Yes. That actually is a very interesting story. The 616.
This sounds like a street game.
But Ultimate Universe, fun fact, they actually use a lot of that stuff in the actual movies that you see today.
Really?
Yes. I find that very interesting.
Uh,
But in this one, Peter Parker kind of is Spider-Man, but he's not. Doc Ock is actually in his mind.
oh jeez,
Yeah, he's actually taking over his body.
how are they gonna write that in the script? I wonder.
He's the superior Spider-Man. That's the name of the comic book.
That's just confusing as hell.
It really is, but I'm guessing they're gonna. I guess they're bringing over Miles to the 616 because Ultimate's getting canceled.
Okay.
So I guess they're gonna fight, and then I don't know.
They're gonna try and like basically like try the best way to basically get him from point A to point B.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure even though Miles might be Spider-Man for now, I'm pretty sure they're gonna bring Peter Parker back in time for the movie.
Well, let's hope
Yeah.
so, because that way then it will make sense to the people who read the comic books and go, "What the hell is this?"
Well, I will say this: I do like the Miles Morales character. Peter Parker to me will always and forever will be Spider-Man.
Right,
But if somebody did have to take his place, he would be my choice.
right.
You know, it's always a weird thing when like a character like dies off or something like that, or they have the new character come in and see. You know, it's always this tough transition where you're like, "Am I gonna like whatever this new
Yeah.
character is?"
Am I gonna like this, or am I gonna completely
Well,
hate this?
because when I first saw the trailer for like Assassin's Creed 2 and stuff like that, I made fun of Ezio. I thought his accent was stupid as shit. And then he turned out to be my favorite character. He's
See?
freaking awesome. But I was all like, Altair, OG man. and then all of a sudden like that game came out and like after like 3 missions I was like, well,
Sorry, I'll tell you
This
that,
is-
but
this is,
I'm going Italian on you. Okay,
yeah, it's
I'm going to Italian on you.
Renaissance, bitch. We'll put that on a shirt.
And here's another thing. Speaking of Assassin's Creed, I'm hoping, and I saw this like on the trailers and like the gameplays, but I'm really hoping that they take this off Ubisoft. Why do I need 4 pistols to kill one guy? You ever notice that? It's like he'll do a chain whip pistol, go. Poof, poof,
Well, if you notice from number 3, it took you forever after you shoot the pistol to load it back.
Yeah,
up.
that was
Yes,
a pain in
that's
the ass.
true. But my
What was worse was when you're on a horse and you need to reload.
Yeah.
Because, like...
well, that's why what I did was I did dual wield, and what I had was I actually had dual barrel.
Mhm.
So that's why I could actually have 4 shots to go.
I
And
did
then
not think about that.
run into that. Yeah, that's what I did for mine.
Dang, I did not think about that.
Yes, and the thing is, I was really hoping they would do that in Assassin's Creed 4.
Well, now what if you have, like...
Because if you think about it, you
What,
have
what is
basically
that?
you
I
have
can't count. Is that
2,
8
4,
shots?
6, 8. You have 8 shots.
Yeah.
That would be kick ass, okay? And
Exactly.
but the thing is, I heard they're only going to do single shot, so I'm like,
Oh, well.
damn.
So you get
At
the
least
same
in
thing.
Assassin's Creed 3, I had 4 shot. You know, when I upgrade my shit.
Well, you're going to
And I
get
had a
4
bow
shot
and-
again. It's just gonna
And I
be
had a bow
just
and arrow,
focuses.
so it's like
Yeah, the bow and arrow really save things at times and stuff, but man,
because you can always recover the bow. Like, or the
Assassin's
arrows
Creed
sometimes.
3 it was just such a change.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I thought the combat system in terms of the
tree
just
climbing
hit
and-
like the one button and then the other button or something
Yeah.
like that. I thought that was nice, but it pissed me off too because you have like your hidden blade. You stab somebody with it. They're not dead. In all the other games, it was an insta kill. You hit somebody with that hidden blade, they were dead.
Well, they want- yeah.
that was the iconic thing of Assassin's Creed was the hidden blade. You just go shing, and then they're dead.
I guess they were trying to encourage you to use the tomahawk and stuff like that because
I loved using the tomahawk. That was the thing.
I
It's
thought
like,
it was cool, but at the same time, it still took forever. I hit the guy with the
Yeah.
tomahawk 50 times, and he would
That's
not
kind
die.
Well, that's because you have to do it in the right combo. And the thing is like when you have like the guys in the Celts of all things, like those big
Yeah.
old motherfuckers. He's
But-
like, bitch, please.
Let me ask you guys a
headbutt."
question. At this point, would you consider the hidden blade an equivalent to the lightsaber?
Yeah, or like Indiana Jones hat type
Yeah.
of thing. Yeah, I would say
Yeah,
it is.
it's the trademark.
But
let's face it. It's,
I don't think in the new one it's going to be as much or something like that.
I kind of got that impression too.
Yeah,
I mean,
because
as
it
it
seems like
was
they're
in 3,
focusing
it
on the
wasn't.
dual wield swords. Which
Yeah.
another thing, how in the hell are they going to be able to do that? Because I saw like some of the combat, and it's like it's even worse than like what do you call it? Assassin's Creed 3 when you were doing tomahawk. You know,
Well,
it was like you could at least like
I mean,
dodge.
you
and
always
whack.
have the thing where if you hold your one arm up in the air to block a strike or something like that, you have the other arm to stab
Yeah.
with.
So then how like, again
So-
that would
And
make
then you
sense.
can like slash too and stuff. I mean, it's. You
I don't know. There's
Any
there's-
real life pirates think you can give us some feedback? Help us out.
You mean the pirates from Somalia with AK-47s?
or the ones from
They're like,
Nigeria.
We will sword fight you. I don't
With
know
the
why they have.
AK-47s.
I don't know why they have Indian accents, but yeah.
No, it's more like think Taliban kind of thing.
Really?
Yeah, because they're and not to be racist or anything, but they're mostly Muslims over there. So
They're Muslims.
no, I'm just saying it's like that's the major religion over there is
Yeah.
Islam. So
So like, has there ever been like a moment for you guys where you just like were watching a video game trailer or something like that? You're like, yes, this is the best trailer.
Yes,
Like-
there has.
Yes.
There's actually a lot.
Like, I mean, can you think of any?
The most recent one I've seen was a TV spot for Arkham Origins.
Mhm.
They had it where they showed Bruce as a child, then
yeah,
you know
I
what I'm
saw
Well,
talking
I
that.
haven't seen that one yet.
Dude, you
I
gotta
heard,
see
I heard
that.
about
That-
that though.
It's-
That was actually I think a pretty obese trailer because it's like you went from happiness, dying, sadness, then it's like all these different emotions. And it's
yeah,
like, wow.
it was great, man. Only thing now, Assassin's Creed has been known for the ages for its like beautiful cinematic
Oh
trailers.
yeah,
And then
especially Brotherhood. That was
Yes.
the best one, I think.
now, last year when Assassin's Creed 3 came out, they had a trailer to the song called "I'm Coming Home," made by Diddy. Yeah. Now this year they have another
Oh
one.
yeah, which is like some stupid or something like that.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think I like the better one where it was like I was watching.
Yeah.
It was just a
They-
gameplay trailer.
They
kind
did
of thing.
another one though.
Yeah,
too,
this year-
which with 3, where it was like radioactive or something like
Yeah.
that. From that, I like that one.
Now here's the weird thing. The newest one for number 4 is they have Drake start from the bottom as the
Oh
song for the
hell
trailer.
no! Now you see, I like the one that was like this
Okay.
new song I'd never heard of before. But you ever heard of Half Moon Run?
No,
See, what I mean, it's like this band I never heard of before.
Is it Woodchild? I mean, not Woodkid.
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 Iron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. But, I don't remember. I don't know much
Now-
about the band, but I know that I like their song that they used for Assassin's Creed, which was showing like gameplay footage. But the song was "As Your Head Turns Full Circle." By half moon.
I think I might have heard that.
I'm not gonna say it 'cause I'm
my
horrible at
ultimate game trailer, and looking back at it, it's not so great a game trailer, but like I think the music and everything actually made it perfect, and like everybody still just watches the video strictly for the music. And that was the Dead Space 3 trailer that they did, where it's like a special remix of In the Air Tonight.
Okay, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah, because it's like you're like listening to this music, you're like, where have I heard this song before? I kind of know this, and it just sounds kind of different. And then all of a sudden, it goes do 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 do, and then like it goes like that
song.
And it's like this awesome epic moment as he's walking up the hill. I'm like, yes, fuck yeah. And like that's the like, and not only that, like I found a song that like I found a version of In the Air Tonight that almost sounds exactly like that song. Not many people can find what the hell it is that they took that from, or what like the version that they have or whatever.
Right, because it's like what they did with.
But I found a version that I think that they kind of like, because I heard a remix that this band did or something like that. It's like Chris Daughtry or somebody. Okay. Anyway, freaking listen to that thing, and like I'll be riding in the car and stuff like that. I'll pull up to a stoplight, and then all of a sudden like just go turn up the volume, and it's like boom, 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 boom.
People looking at like, what an ass.
Yeah,
Everyone's like, this guy's problem.
And then I'm like, I can feel it coming in.
I love Phil Collins. But I'll tell you what though, I actually liked the first Dead Space one because it was the Twinkle. Speaking of remakes,
yeah,
they did the remake on Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, only in a creepy, disturbing.
You know what's
and that actually
up?
freaked me the fuck out. I was like, holy shit.
You know what's messed up, and I feel creepy every time I do this, but I actually like when my nephew was a little bit younger, I was singing that song to him.
Oh jeez.
The remix, like the when the blazing sun is
And
gone.
then 30 years later, his nephew kills innocent people. It can all be traced back to one moment.
Or his nephew gets aboard a ship called the Ishimura and kills a shitload of necromorphs.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. It's like, I'm in the future, motherfucker.
He learns to stomp.
Stomp. That's the only attack. And swing.
Oh my god, that was... Dude, the Dead Space games for me, actually, they weren't like all that, like especially Dead Space 1, it wasn't all that scary except for a couple of moments.
Yeah,
like, I mean,
I agree.
a lot of people are like, like, oh my gosh, so scary. Like,
that's because everyone
me,
are jitters. I'm more like the kind of guy, okay, I'm used to it now.
For me, it's like I'm looking down a dark, long corridor. Obviously, something is going to happen.
Yeah.
And now, if I do get to the end of that corridor and nothing happens, I'm like, well, okay. Nothing happened.
Or like,
I'm more creeped out when nothing happens, honestly.
A little bit, yeah. But then I'll just be like, okay, well now surely something's gonna happen over here. I open the door and there's like, okay, well nothing happened. Nothing like it's a continuous pattern of nothing happening, and then all of a sudden it's like or something like that. You're like, oh well, there's monsters now. I always was able to predict for the most part.
Except for like in the first one, remember with that stupid Juggernaut motherfucker that would never die no matter how many times you shot him.
That was the worst part of those games, in my opinion.
It's like I could not fucking run away from that motherfucker.
That was the scary part of those games for me, was that, because that's the part that always got my blood pumping in. It's like, oh shit, he's not dying, and then it would take me a while to figure out the freaking puzzle or whatever to kill them, and I'm like, oh shit, okay. All I had to do was just shoot him twice. And
really? Because I thought the idea was you couldn't kill him until you spaced the motherfucker.
Yeah, you have to. Well,
I don't remember how we killed him, but it's
one of them you do it in the freezing chamber. Like you shoot his legs mainly is the main thing, so he can't walk.
Right.
You stasis him. You run in the other room real quick, ignore all the other necromorphs, and just hit the freeze button.
Write this down.
And then the other thing. Are you seriously writing it down?
No.
Oh, okay. And then the other thing was like...
I think this is like the old Dead Space, man. It's like, I think everyone's either already beaten it or given up on it.
The other thing, you have to just lure him behind the ship's rockets or whatever, the boosters or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Shoot his legs there, like preferably on the other side, and just run in the room real quick and hit the button. He dies instantly. Huh. But like I've had to play Dead Space like 4 times now because I wanted to get all the achievements. That's one of the big games I've got all the achievements in is... Dead Space 1.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but it's like only I couldn't play it again because I was like, man.
Well, that's a bad part. I have to play it in like I had to play it in like chunks because even though it's not super scary, it's stressful.
It is.
And so, like, I'll play a chunk at a time and just be like, okay, I got through 2 levels. I'm done for today.
So basically, Dead Space is like Zoe Deschanel. You have to take her in chunks.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You know.
Yeah.
So, is it Deschanel or is it Deschanel?
I don't
or is it
care.
Deschanel?
Yeah, it's
Like,
it's
like
like
I like
French
Dolph
thing.
Lundgren. It's Dolph Lundgren or something like that.
I always say Dolph Lundgren.
That's what I always say.
I-
And then I heard it, then recently, like, I mean, I think I was even watching, like, It's Always Sunny or something like that, and they're like, Dolph Lundgren. I'm like,
What the fuck?
Who the fuck is Dolph Lundgren?
Whatever.
But, yeah.
So there's another topic for you. Like what's the highest? What's the one game that you had to go back to that you had to complete all the achievements for?
Sleeping Dogs and Mass Effect 2.
I went
to,
I was Uncharted 1, and I believe it was Call of Duty. I have to go back and look, but it's.
So I actually do have a game that I went back to complete all the achievements in. For the longest time, I had like all but one achievement in Assassin's Creed 2. And, you know, it was a super simple achievement. I didn't know that, though, because all the things I had read on instructions said you couldn't do this. And then I watched a video like the night before Assassin's Creed 3 came out. I watched a video on how to do it just so I could get the achievement that night if possible. And the guy was like, oh yeah, like, because it was the achievement to kill 10 guys while in combat or something like that without taking damage.
That's
so
easy.
everything I read said you couldn't use smoke bombs. Everything. Even some of the videos I watched said you couldn't use smoke bombs. Then I watched this video, the guy just throws smoke bombs down, kills everybody. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck, people? And then he gets the achievement. I'm like, seriously? I tried for so long to get this without taking damage. And I would get like through like 9 people and then take damage. I'm like, shit. And just pissed me off. But then finally got that, and I was so happy that I had completed Assassin's Creed 2 at least before Assassin's Creed 3 came out.
You know what I hated in Assassin's Creed 2? Those damn little bastards that could run up that could run faster than you.
Oh yeah, when you're running along,
So
they
you're outrunning all those other big motherfuckers, but then the little guys in the nice.
yeah, they just knife you, and you're like, oh, shit, you made me trip over myself.
I think the only thing I had problems with that really annoyed me were the freaking beggars.
Oh my god!
And 1 or whatever. Or...
Yes,
Every last one of them.
the first one was the worst though because
Because
they would swarm you. They would
Yeah.
get in your face, and
Yeah.
it's like
And you can't hit them.
I would.
Yeah,
I
you can
would.
punch them.
I know you can punch
Once.
them, but then everything just goes off on you like, hey you. And
Dude, best part of Assassin's Creed 1 was the shitty guards and stuff like that, and what they would say, like, they'd walk up to, like, somebody and they'd be like, who did this? Oh! And that was the best part of Assassin's Creed 1, is I'd be running away from, like, just killing a guard in the street, and then somebody would be like, oh! like no reason, like, he just walks over to a body and just goes, oh!
Oh god, yes.
And-
It's like I said. It's like my funniest moment on Assassin's Creed 1 was that Saracen guy that chased me all the way over this hill from his camp. You know, I just bumped the bastard and he's like charging after
Yeah,
me.
he's like, oh, you fucking...
Ah, God.
Also, I
funny moments like that.
not too long ago went back and tried to replay Assassin's Creed 1 because I like the story and everything, but it's so...
It's kind of hard to go back.
It's hard to go back, and also
because of all the stuff that you could do in Assassin's Creed
the
2.
sound.
Yes.
The sound in it is terrible. Which, by the way, that was one of my problems with Far Cry 3. The sound... I don't know if it was just on PC or my version or something like that, but the sound sucked. It sounded like they recorded it with the whatever they used to record the stuff for Assassin's Creed 1. Because it's like this... It's like... It sounds like it's filtered through like a mechanical something or another.
I could kind of tell, but I didn't notice it as much because I was too focused on
except for the
sneaking,
very main
shooting, killing.
except for the very main characters, it happened on everybody. So if you just walk up to somebody, they're like, "Hello, sir. How are you doing?" Or so. I mean, like that's a shitty impersonation, but I can't do a mechanical
We got the
voice.
idea.
But yeah,
I don't know. I thought they were saying it loud and clear when I went up and jabbed at them, and they were like, "Oh my god!"
but yeah, even for like any NPCs at all, just freaking it was terrible sounding.
I just love doing that too. That was like the best. Like the pirates just made me laugh. Like the mercenaries were just like, "Oh hell."
I'm
Like,
seeing a
no
pattern.
emotion.
Basically, Ubisoft is going to turn every property they own into a movie. Basically, at this
Yeah.
point. Because they're making another Far Cry movie.
What?
They're
Yeah,
making
they're making another Far Cry movie.
another.
God.
They made an original. I didn't even hear.
Oh
about
yeah,
Yeah,
don't watch it
don't
though.
watch the
It's
original.
it's a UA Bull movie.
I don't know what that
And
is. and I don't wanna
that's
know.
a guy who makes a shitload of video game movies that everybody just hates, and he keeps doing it.
Kind of like M. Night Shyamalan when he made a remake of Avatar.
Yeah,
It's just
basically.
Like, fuck you,
Like-
M. Night
like-
Shyamalan.
Yeah, basically like, hey, fuck you guys. This is what I'm doing.
Screw the Sham Hammer. That's officially his new name.
Sham.
Dude, that sounds
hammer
like
of
a
shame.
ShamWow and like a hammer, man. That sounds awesome. It's like what Thor's going to put on his hammer as like a warmer for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the newest product, the Sham Hammer. Check it out.
Like,
I can smash people
way-
up, but then my hammer gets all bloody. So now I use the
freshness of
Sham
the
Hammer.
Every time, like, I saw one of those pictures of like Thor holding like his hammer out, like, you know, at his side or something like that. That one picture, you know. I always
have his
pictured,
other hand appear. Sham Hammer.
no, I always pictured him having like, instead of his hammer, like 7-Up or something like that in it. No, what was it? Freaking Dr. Pepper or something.
Oh
like that.
God,
That's what I always pictured him having in
that's
his
our
hand.
manliest
Like,
commercial
it's
ever.
like,
10 bold flavors. It'll make you feel as mighty as Odin.
I'll have another.
Another.
But freaking, what was I gonna say about? What were we talking about just a
Who
second?
cares?
I don't know.
We were talking about the Far
That's-
Cry movie.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
Far Cry movie, dude. Freaking the guy in it is like in the first Far Cry game, which was pretty awesome. The guy in it is just a normal American dude called I think it was Jack Carver or something like that. Pretty awesome, like American guy and stuff like that. But he's just like a normal person and stuff. And then he gets on this island and then he has to kill people. And that's basically the plot. And he also has to rescue
Sounds like
somebody.
Sounds like the exact same plot of Far Cry 3.
And like a billion other games. Yeah,
Yeah.
but still.
Well, Far Cry 2, I played that. It was in Africa.
That's just
We don't
that.
mention that.
We don't mention that.
mention
That was
that.
just a terrible game.
I thought it was okay.
Especially if you play Far Cry 1, you're like, what the fuck does this?
I never played Far Cry 1. I played Far Cry 2, and I was
Far
like...
Cry 1, probably best, right?
I'd say Far Cry 3.
One of the major things I hated about...
Well, yeah, Far Cry 3 was good.
Yeah, Far Cry 3 was
It
awesome.
doesn't have the best villain. Number 3.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's one of the best villains in general.
Yeah.
But like,
Did I ever tell you the definition of
insanity?
So you know the definition of insanity.
You know, at that part where he was about to knock
okay,
him
I'll
off...
say it too. Do you know the definition of insanity?
You know what I would have done if I
By
was...
the way, this lighter sucks.
But the guy in it though, what I was gonna say,
I'll tell you
is
what,
Jack Carver in the freaking movie or whatever, he's got this freaking like Swedish accent or something like that. He's like, okay, so we're going to go over here now, and we're going to kill these people once I go to bed.
It's funny because it sounds just like him.
It is, right? It's exactly how it was in the movie. And then they've got the other like guy who I mean, he's probably not Swedish. He's probably like German or something.
You know what they should have done? They should have got those guys who did the live action trailer for the third game. They should have gotten those guys because they actually did a relatively good
Dude,
job.
By the way, did anybody watch the Far Cry 3? Was it the thing with McLovin?
Yes,
the Christopher Mintz-Plasse thing.
The
The little
you mean
miniseries they had going on.
with
Yeah, McLovin.
The guy who
Like,
actually McLovin, the guy who actually voiced Boss.
yeah, that's what I mean. It's
No,
funny. He looks
wait, did
just
you
like
say,
him.
Did you just say McLovin, the guy who voiced?
No,
Boss?
with McLovin and the guy who voiced Boss.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, no,
Dude, that was.
I-
We
awesome.
all know
I-
there's no way McLovin's playing Boss. There's no way.
he's too whiny.
Oh yeah. Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity? It's McLovin.
I tell you what, when I first saw that trailer, I would have said to him if I was the guy bound up, I would have done this. I would have been like, "You ever tell you the definition of stupidity is this?" Woo!
I love.
I would have jumped in there with him and
I
grabbed him, jumped in, and strangled him to death before I broke free.
I love the part though in that series where he goes to rescue everybody.
And he's like,
He stands there with an AK-47 in front of like all of the people
and all the
and just,
pirates. Didn't hit a single fucking
and
one.
they're all just standing there like, he didn't even hit one of us.
I know.
And then they just run after him. And he's like, oh shit.
And here's how you can tell I am morally
He's in the
confused.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right. He's
he-
an Easter egg in the game.
Yeah, I saw his head, but it was funny because I'm playing the PlayStation 3 and it looked like one of the Islanders. I was like, what the fuck? This
Yeah,
is his head.
it didn't really look like him too much, no. But
No. But I knew where I found out where you could find him, and that's
Yeah.
I got the achievement for that. But I had to say here's where my morality gets fucked up is because I laughed at the parts where he was being tortured by a boss.
How could you not?
Well,
I mean,
only because
I didn't laugh as much, but
only because I knew it was fake.
Yeah.
And just the ideas of it all, but like except for the part where he was pissing his face, it's like that's fucked up. But yeah. do you really have to have that?
Yeah, you didn't need to have.
Or the part where he was feeding his best friend's leg, it's like that part I didn't laugh at. It's like, ugh.
Yeah.
But the other parts, like where he was like shocking him, or the spider on the face, I laughed at that. It was like, woo.
Dude, seriously though, awesome video game villain.
Yeah.
But
For the insane stuff, And again, morality wise, that game was fucked up.
yeah, and then like
It's
As
fun.
it- as it is, I'm like-
okay, who did you guys play it and beat it?
yeah.
Which one did you pick?
I did
What?
both.
I picked my friends. So I'm like,
Yeah,
loyalty to the end.
I picked the friends, and
Then I went back and watched YouTube, and I was like,
Yeah,
what would
that's-
happen if
that's
I
what
picked
I
the other
did.
one? Oh hell no!
yeah, that's what
Yeah.
that's exactly what I did. Is I watched the other thing, I was like, well, I'm glad I didn't get to do
Exactly.
that.
I'm glad I picked
But-
option A.
But either way, it's like then it just ends, and you're like, well,
So basically-
that was kind of a shitty ending.
So let me get this straight. She took advantage of you. She sold you the dream, told you a lie. She rides you, takes your baby, and then kills you.
Yep.
That sounds like the plot for every NBA player in the league today.
Sounds like what isn't that what spiders do or something like that too?
What?
I
Seriously.
think they
I
do
think like
kill their
Black
mates.
Widows or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Black Widows still do the same thing. It's funny. My sister calls herself Black Widow. That's her in-game name. So
That's not anything what she looks like. I'm just kidding.
well, she basically says this is basically her mantra. I will fucking kill you. I
Well,
will
that's
fuck
just-
and kill you. It's like
So,
Okay, moving on.
well, speaking of video game movies,
hope she never hears this.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be really fucked up. Especially for the first part of it.
Can we put this out later?
Yeah, yeah. We'll put it out like a year later, and people will be like, "What the fuck happened to Azo?"
I don't know.
so
But I tell you what, though. Speaking of another in-game, well, I'll let you go first,
Okay,
and then I'll go for mine.
name a video game, if it was done correctly, that you would want to see as a movie.
Shit.
Oh man, that's a tough question.
That is a tough question.
Yeah.
I don't. There's got to be one.
I mean, I like. We can't really do Uncharted because Uncharted's already basically a movie.
I know that there was a video game that I was like, this would be way better as a movie, and I can't think of what it was. That's a really freaking tough decision, dude.
Halo would have been. I would have loved to see that.
Well, back when
Back
it
in
was
the- back when it was-
relevant.
Back when,
Yeah.
back when it was relevant. Nowadays, we got like the Forerunners and all that shit. It's like this is confusing as all hell.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked it better when it was actually the war. Like for example, you saw like the live action trailer for the Orbital Drag Shop Troops, where they have the actual live action trailer.
Yeah. By the way, I mean I think one of those. Well, actually, I think most of those things were done like a closet essentially with green screen. When the one where they're doing it for Halo 3 or whatever, the live action stuff, and they're fighting the brutes like randomly out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, that was
That
supposed to be
stuff
like
was like all done in a garage or whatever, and I was like, "Holy shit, dude!
Damn.
If they can do that in just a freaking garage, that is awesome. I want a freaking movie that is completely fake, that looks as good and real as that."
It's like first Star Trek show, you know.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully nobody gets Tasha Yard, if anybody gets that reference.
No,
Okay, damn.
sorry, I'm not. I haven't watched.
No, there's this.
I've only watched like maybe one or
There's
two
a joke
episodes.
in among people who watch like Star Trek Next Generation is like there's this character who's all throughout the first season there and stuff like that,
Oh.
and I guess she wanted to leave the show at some point. Had the worst death ever, where essentially they go to a planet. There's some monster that's essentially like a tar monster or something like that. It's like,
Or Scooby-Doo when you
get
need
the
him."
fuck off my planet. I'm keeping the human here. And somebody's like, do you mind if we at least check on her or something like that? And then she just gets instant killed. Instant kill. Like, the monster's like, fuck you. And just kills her. Instantly. It's like, okay, no goodbye, just instant death. You don't see her again.
Wow.
And it's like, well, she just got fucking Tasha Yard. That's her name in the show. Anyway, I mean, you see versions of her
It's
throughout
like-
the show, which is kind of weird because they do that. I mean, Star Trek, nobody ever dies.
Yeah, they just come back as like
yeah.
as a figment of your imagination or a dream or some
or
random phenomenon.
Yeah, like at
It's
one point they like screw up history or something like that because something happens that's not supposed to happen.
Oh god,
So
it's time
like,
travel.
so then Tasha Yar's back alive again, and then Whoopi Goldberg's like, "You're not supposed to be here." And I'm not joking. That's like what happens in the episode. And she's like, "What? I don't understand." And she's like, "You're not supposed to be here." And then she ends up going back in time or something. It's
Time travel makes my head hurt.
I know, because it's like all these freaking phenomenons, and the fact
great
is that
Scott Martyr.
damn it, damn it, Back to the Future. Why did you invent time travel?
And Time Rider. Damn it.
Freaking Hooper.
Actually, Time Rider, I think, did it right now. I think
That was and again, it's like that's the whole plot for the Star Trek movie. It's time travel. It's like fuck.
Yeah. That was the
From
plot.
a singularity,
I-
it's like, are you kidding?
I like that. That's the plot for the movie. J.J. Abrams like gets the whole like thing right. It's like Star Trek, the motion picture by J.J. Abrams. Directed by J.J. Abrams. Blah blah blah. And then the first line is just fuck, and then it's like the end.
You've just described every Zack Snyder movie.
Didn't he do the other Superman movie?
He did Man of Steel. He did. I love
Wait,
Watchmen.
okay, so he did the new Man
Yeah.
of Steel movie.
I love Watchmen, but he still made Sucker Punch. Now,
I
here's
was
the thing.
tripping ball in that
Now,
movie.
here's
I
the
was just
thing.
like, what the fuck is real
If
anymore?
you watch Sucker Punch
Yes.
and you put it on mute, you'll actually enjoy it.
Really?
Yes.
Really, because I kind of like the music. It's just like a weird genre kind of thing, you know. It's like it kind of reminds me of like either Dead Space or have you ever played the you ever listened to like the theme song for Nazi Zombies when they first came out?
No, I don't.
You guys got like it's pretty hardcore rock kind of thing. It's like it's like kind of Disturbia.
No,
kind of thing.
I'm just not gonna watch that. Like
Yeah,
I
here-
haven't seen that movie. Don't want to watch
Yeah,
it.
here's the thing. Zack Snyder, he is great at visuals. Great at visuals.
Oh.
It's just he focuses more on making the movie look good and less on an actual story to make the movie good.
I thought I was just doing like the guy who did Sin City, who was just like making a whole bunch of random shit that didn't make any sense and just like try to fuck with your mind.
If you read Sin City, that's how it is all the time.
I didn't watch Sin City either. That's another movie that I didn't hear much that was
I-
good about that, and I was like, I don't really want to watch a.
I saw the
sort
trailer
of
and I was
black
already
and white
confused, and I was
movie.
like, no. I'll tell you what though, it was funny because then wasn't the same guy who did Sin City the same guy who did 300?
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what I found ironic was that
Zack
it's a
Snyder
Sin
too,
City
right?
mix
No,
with
that's-
actual history.
That was Frank Miller.
Frank Miller did
yeah.
300. Oh,
Yeah,
they're
300.
doing this.
He also did Spirit. Thanks for that, buddy.
Spirit. I don't even know what the hell that is.
What was that?
It's terrible.
Was
It's,
that
it's this. You remember? See, this is how terrible it is because it was the only movie that made me hate Scarlett Johansson for 5 seconds.
okay.
It made me hate Scarlett Johansson and Eva Mendes. That's how.
Really?
Yes, that's how you know it's terrible.
Okay, what was it about?
That's the thing. This guy, he dies. He comes back. He wears a mask, and his first love is his city. It is his mistress.
Is this like the plot
I
for
think
like another
his
superhero movie?
Yes.
I think I heard about that, but it was like I never watched it either because it was like I was just like, what the?
It was just so weird.
Was it black and white?
Yes.
And he had a black tie, a red tie.
Yeah.
It was the only color in the whole fucking thing.
Yes.
I was like, I saw that. and I
I
was-
heard about. Okay, that was. I
Yes,
heard
I
about
saw that trailer.
Okay.
I was just like, oh god, it's another Sin
Dude,
City
I
reenactment.
completely forgot about that. Like you said, Spirit. I was like, what the fuck is that?
I don't know why, but for some reason, I went back to that other shitty movie that I watched. It was called Fountain of Youth, and it was like,
Heard about that? Yeah.
yeah, I fucking hate that thing. Whoever made that, I don't even remember the guy's name, but it was like, fuck that guy because it was just so bad. You went from like the same guy in 3 different time stations, like past where he's like a conquistador in ancient Spain, you know, it's like, or not ancient Spain, but like discovering the new
Yeah,
world.
it was one of
kind
those
thing.
multiple time period things, right?
And then it's like modern day, his wife's dying of cancer, and then in the future he's by himself, he's bald, and he's floating in an orb, like on a tree that's surrounded by this orb thing that's floating in space. It's like, what the fuck is this? None of that makes any sense.
This sounds like Futurama episode almost or something.
No, Futurama would have made it funny as hell.
Well, yeah.
These
funny.
guys made it like you just like, what
or
the-
super
did I just
sad
watch?
and waiting for Fry's dog. Fry's dog waiting.
Oh jeez.
That was just
Okay.
so sad.
Okay, there are 3 comic movies we have to touch on because they're coming down the pipe quick.
Okay.
Yes, Batman vs Superman has already started filming.
Really?
Yes.
Oh wait, that's an actual movie going to be filmed.
Yes.
Wait, what is it called?
I didn't know.
Batman
It was,
vs Superman.
Oh wow.
How is it a versus?
You know how it is.
I mean, I can understand if it's the Superman Batman combo movie or something like that.
Yeah.
Like
But
I was,
Batman and Superman, not Batman versus Superman. That's just
see, they should have called it, the world's finest because that was the comic book they teamed up in.
yeah, that would be cool.
But you know how it is. They have to fight first, then there's another villain
Okay,
that comes
Superman.
in.
But even so, like in the Avengers,
Exactly.
even so in the Avengers, they fought each other real quick, done. But they were equal in ways.
Yes,
In ways, like for example, like the Shield,
Like,
Iron Man, Thor.
Batman's just like, well, shit, I'm gonna die.
It's just like in
Well,
how it should have ended. The guy's always like, he actually goes like, it's funny how he portrays it. It's like, I could just totally like smack you into the ground right now, right? No, you can't, because I'm Batman. That's basically all they're gonna do.
That's
You're gonna talk smack because if we if they really fight, Superman's just gonna punch the guy and he's just gonna go flying.
well, I'm guessing this is going to be the introduction of Kryptonite because let's face it, that is the only way Batman's not going to die.
Why has nobody ever like somehow found a way to infuse kryptonite and lead like together to make like a lead kryptonite?
Well, Lex
Right.
Luthor does have a Iron Man-like suit with a
Yeah.
kryptonite core. Here's the thing. Have you noticed that Lex Luthor has never really been the main villain in any of the movies? He's always been...
Wrong.
No.
I'm just kidding.
No. Think about it. He's always been like the comedic relief.
Yeah.
He's never been...
I
And
really watch
Otis.
Superman because again,
And Otis.
Yeah. But anyway, Batman vs. Superman has started filming. Also, they are getting ready to cast Ant-Man. And,
you mean like
Is that the guy who can shrink down to the size of an ant, right?
yes, and he can...
wasn't there like another
control
like
ants.
Marvel character that was the same thing basically? Only they call him Atom Man when he can shrink down to the size of an atom.
Yes,
But he became stronger every time he shrank.
Yes, but Ant-Man can also grow as well.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
Yeah.
say that.
Oh,
Also,
But-
can he lift 10 times his weight?
you know what?
Yes.
So could the Native American on the Justice League.
But here's
Or
the
what do you
thing.
call it?
Here's-
Justice Friends.
here-
Remember?
Yeah, that's what I was remembering too.
Here's the interesting thing. This is the part where I'm like, uh-oh, what's going on, Marvel? The person in the running for the Ant-Man, Paul Rudd.
That's the comedian
Yes,
guy, right?
yes.
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd was in the running, and they mentioned Joseph Gordon-Levitt, but he quickly said no.
Well, isn't he also? Wait.
Well, you never know because
is Ant-Man like a
Marvel.
Oh, okay, it's Marvel. Okay, I was gonna say.
yeah, I think Atom Man was
As it is-
DC. So
As it is, when Captain America meets, freaking what's his name, the
Johnny Storm.
Johnny Storm, they're gonna have a little confrontation there.
There's a funny thing with that, too.
Johnny Storm is that from the
Fantastic
Fantastic
Four.
Yes, they're rebooting that.
You know what's funny? They almost look exactly the same. It's like not exactly the same, but it's like their attitude and their blonde hair. I just like
The way they look exactly the same, really.
The two actors?
not exactly the same. I don't mean it's like their persona.
Wait, you're saying Captain America and Johnny Storm look the same?
No, I'm saying they act the same.
Oh.
I accidentally said look, but they act the same. That's like the whole haughty attitude kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
And they look
No,
similar with the blonde
Captain
hair.
American doesn't have a haughty
Yeah.
attitude, really. He's just kind of like a old-fashioned dude or whatever who's like, okay, let's do
Well,
stuff.
when I saw it in the trailer, it's like when the girl was like asking him out, he's like too busy.
Derek, you do realize though, just out of curiosity, because now I have to ask, you do realize that Captain America and Johnny Storm are the same people, right? It's
No.
the same guy.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's the same guy
I
who plays
thought-
both of them.
See,
yeah, so-
I'm horrible with names, but like faces, I was like, this guy.
It's like you
exactly
just found out Santa Claus isn't real.
The Human Torch. I couldn't think of
What?
what his fucking
Yeah.
name was at first.
Yes,
Yeah.
but yeah, they're rebooting that, and
Um,
it's funny because Fox is notorious for just screwing up everything they touch with movies. They're trying to cast Michael B. Jordan as Johnny Storm.
wait, like the basketball?
No, not Michael Jordan.
Not Michael Jordan. I even know that.
Has
one.
anybody seen Chronicle?
Yes.
Okay, the black guy.
Michael
What?
Jordan.
That's Michael B. Jordan. That's Michael B. Jordan. They want him as Johnny Storm.
Really?
Yes. Now here's my thing.
So
let me give my explanation before I go on a rant.
okay.
Okay, I have no problems with them changing genders or race or anything like that, as long as it doesn't mess with the core element of the characters. Here's the thing. They're trying to make Johnny Storm black. But they're going to keep Sue Storm white.
Okay, that's what my question was. Are they going to keep her white? And is she going to be Jessica Alba?
No.
That was my second question.
It doesn't make sense. It's because I know what they're going to do. Because they're trying to go for the Twilight audience. They're going to make him adopted.
Whatever.
Yes.
What? What the fuck?
Exactly. It's just keep them both white. Or make them both... Don't do the stupid adopted thing.
Yeah. In fact, make them all black. Dude, can you imagine the
black? Oh god.
Can you imagine the Thing? He's like, yo,
Black
bitch,
thing.
what's going on? It's clobbering time, motherfucker.
It's funny because he is from Brooklyn, so it would make perfect sense.
Exactly.
It would totally make sense.
Hey, shut up. Take your lumps.
Oh goodness. I honestly could not imagine a black Mr. Fantastic. I just couldn't.
Me neither.
Because it's like it's probably where my hypotenuse is.
I'm gonna stretch.
Yeah. Well, whoop. Well, right up your ass.
Yeah, this podcast took a weird turn.
Indeed.
Dude, I feel super nerdy, but it also feels good to talk about comics. And I don't even read comics, but I mean, yeah.
It's a great film, man.
It is.
Great film. By the way, speaking of Fantastic Four, is anybody in agreement with me that like Jessica Alba's like hotness from the first one to the second one dropped? Like they made her makeup too like strong in the second one. Or
I
something.
agree.
Yeah,
because I noticed she looked very. In the first one, she was like, oh my god.
Yeah, she just looked Jessica. Like
And
she
then-
looked like Jessica Alba.
But in the second one, she looked like a totally different person. Like they
the first one, you mean?
the second one.
Oh, the second one, yeah.
Like her eyes were like
Oh yeah.
overly blue.
Didn't seem like they like put like contacts in or something like that
Yeah.
to make it super blue. Yeah, I was like,
And they
that doesn't seem right.
really went with that blonde dye because
Yeah, I think they tried to make her more like her character or something like that. But
no,
You
Yeah,
don't do
it's-
that, man.
they should have. If they wanted to do that, they should have done that in the first movie.
yeah, or just gotten a chick who looks like
yes,
Exactly.
but Fox,
that. Yeah. Hey man,
they freaking killed Cyclops.
Fox. They did Aliens and stuff.
They also did Punisher.
The first one with Tom Jane or something. I like that movie.
No, well, I like Tom Jameson as Punisher because I watched his fan film that he
In
made.
fact, I like even the fact that what's his name? John Travolta's in it or whatever. He's like, I'm going to kill your family.
That wasn't necessary.
I'm going to kill your whole family and I'm going to fuck you up. Yeah.
But they also did Daredevil. And
oh,
Electro.
okay. Well,
Marvel has those properties back. Thank God.
actually, Disney.
Yeah, you're right.
that's the bad thing. It's like,
Well, I'll tell you what though, it's like with speaking of another like video game movie was Prince of Persia. And,
yeah.
And although I was a fan of the game, I kind of hated the movie at first, but I kind of grew attached to it because I realized that they couldn't put zombies in there. You just couldn't.
Yeah.
Time zombies would not make any sense to
Yeah.
the audience. So, and they need to come up with like an original
Dude, it
story.
doesn't make sense to me.
I did. Like again, it's time travel thing, but again, it's like
Well, I thought the movie was really good. I knew it probably had nothing to do with the game. I still
kind
like
of
the movie.
had the same storyline, just in a more real sense. Because again, in the game, what happens is that you actually it's an evil. This guy called the Evil Vizier. I don't remember what his real name is, but he was the vizier to the Indian king. And after you conquer his castle, whatever, you take his daughter and the guy with you, and what happens is he knows the secret to the dagger and the Sands of Time, so he tricks you into unlocking it, which then the curse of the Sands of Time spreads out and basically the decays everything. It, like the entire castle that you're in at your home is like falling apart. So then you basically have to fight off undead sand zombies to basically get back to the hourglass and reseal the Sands of Time.
Sounds like an STD.
Well,
Or an STI now.
I really don't have a problem with them straying away from the video game story too much, because if I want to play that one particular story, I don't need to watch a movie. I can just play
Yeah.
the game.
Exactly.
But my only problem is don't stray away from the core elements of the characters.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, there's another thing, like, everybody was like, oh, they gotta make a Last of Us movie.
No.
No.
It was the movie, like, the game was the
I'm
movie.
sorry, but with Naughty Dog, their games are their movies.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
With
You
Jack and
don't-
Daxter, it was the same. Although it was very confusing, it was still the same.
You don't need the movie though for certain things, and it's like there are some games where it's like, okay, this
That
might
reminds
have
me.
been
Naughty
better
Dog,
as
bring
a-
back Jack and Daxter, please. I love that game series, and please try to write it where it makes sense. Just because it's like
Makes sense. Speak English.
well, it's in the third one is where it got me the most. Was like suddenly, like because in the first and second one, you find out that he was sent back in time to prepare him for becoming the champion of the city in the second one. But what didn't make any sense was that the whole thing was you were trying to find the this magical stone, which you later find out was actually a precursor egg. So it's supposed to have like last the precursors or whatever, and the guy comes out and he's it's like a blue version of Jack basically, and he's like flying around.
You know what, man? I'm glad to agree with you because I'm totally confused right now.
Yeah. Also, did they introduce metachlorians too?
No, but
I
my
just had to
point
ask.
is that the precursors are basically the creators of the world in their world.
Mhm.
So what happens is that for the longest time you don't know what they look like, and then they finally showed in the second one. It's like he's a blue floating version of Jack. So it's like then he goes flying off somewhere, and then in the third one you see him again. Only then you find out he's just a hologram. So it's like, what the fuck did I do all that work for? Why was he a precursor egg if he wasn't even a precursor? Because it's just a hologram. Because the real precursors are actually, you know what Daxter looks like, right?
Yeah.
They're basically, he was a precursor. He didn't even know it. It's like, what the that's like the worst twist to a game I could ever think
that's
of. Let's
like-
totally make Daxter the fucking precursor.
It's like almost like in Zoids when they're like, "Oh, Fiona's an ancient Zoidian." That's a reference.
I know. I was like,
maybe
I used to
no
love
people would.
stuff.
What?
I used to love Zoids.
Zoids was awesome.
I know. I love Zoids, but it was like.
I like the two the chaotic sentry and then just flat out Zoids. I think it was
Has
Yeah,
anybody
that-
seen the Honest trailer to Pacific Rim?
the Honest trailer to Pacific Rim.
You never heard of Honest trailers?
No, I haven't.
Okay, we're gonna fix that after the podcast.
Okay, yeah.
Those things are
I have a
hilarious.
feeling that's gonna be something good.
Let's hope so.
Shit, what was I gonna say?
I-
I keep thinking of stuff that I'm gonna say, and then we keep.
I know,
we
sorry
go
about
off
We're
on
just
that.
like, pew, pew, pew.
We're like,
Pew, pew, pew. We're bouncing it off of each other like. Oh, never mind. This
Yeah,
sounds
well,
weird.
we were talking about
okay.
Fantastic Four earlier, so you
Yeah,
mentioned something about that?
no, I think it had something to do with video games and.
Video games.
Games. Oh,
Games.
video games into movies, kind of thing, right?
Yeah, maybe something like that.
Because we were talking about how you were talking about how the certain games don't need to be turned into movies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't
The
know.
Last of Us. It's like I agree. That is the movie itself. Let's face it.
Although I would love to see Infamous turn into a movie.
I guess it depends on how they do it because I played the first Infamous and I was just like,
Here's the thing: they need to make an original character like they did for Resident Evil.
right.
Yeah.
That's the way I would say they approached that.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that's the thing. I thought the first two Resident Evil movies were perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I mean, especially the second one, I thought was really awesome because they have the whole like the city's being invaded, but they're also fighting them back. I thought that was cool as shit.
Yeah.
You know, that's one of the things I want to see in a zombie movie. But
Yeah. The third one, however, it was just like that.
well, the third one was the start of the deep end.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where you're just going like,
Wait,
what the
why is
And
there
then-
sand?
And then the fourth one was when they started like bringing the game and the movies together. It's like, why? would you
Yeah.
do
Honestly,
that?
I kind of saw the end when in number 2 they decided to put Mike Epps in there, and I was like, oh god. Well,
GTA motherfucker.
this franchise is about to die.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw Mike Epps, like, God, they're just gonna.
Oh.
Here's Resident Evil bent over as they are plowing it from the deep end.
And dude, and then the very
Those
last
visuals
one or
again,
whatever,
please.
it's like, didn't they just wait? Was the
I
last?
didn't even watch
No,
the
no.
last one.
The last
I-
one was like the fifth one or something like that, right?
Yes. Resident
Okay,
Evil
I
5.
watched it, and I think they just tried to shove all the video game characters that you never saw in there. So like they had Ada Wong and Leon Kennedy and stuff like that.
Did they ever address what happened to Chris and Claire Redfield?
No. I don't even think you see them again. Actually, no, wait. No, I think you see Claire, but you don't see Chris or something. I can't remember.
That's fucked up.
I honestly can't remember. All I know is that it's like,
Yeah.
here's this situation happening. Just fuck everything.
What was the point of bringing back Michelle Rodriguez just to kill her twice in the same movie?
I don't know. I honestly liked her in the first one because
You know,
she was actually like a
The
badass.
Queen of Rasp. Yeah. What do you want?
It's like the freaking heart-stopping punch. Remember that?
Oh yeah, that I was like, wait, is this Mortal Kombat?
It's like,
Finisher.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
And-
come on. And then they killed the cool black guy or whatever that somehow lived. I was like, oh yeah, that guy's back. Yeah, cool. He's dead. Spoiler alert. Yeah, I was like, well, shit. They just killed off one of the few remaining likable characters. I mean,
And again, it was like they also killed off the guy that helped the police officer that helped her in the second one. He died in the third one when he blew up that gate.
yeah.
Which
I-
also,
I hated
why,
that.
Why the fuck did they separate at any point?
I don't know.
I mean, seriously.
They never explain it.
And then they see her again, but they're like, all the other people are like, who the fuck is she? And
You
they're
know-
like, they don't bother to say, oh, she was the person who helped us. That's another thing that pisses me off in certain movies.
But they don't
never,
keep track of the storyline from the first
well,
ones.
well, they never explain to other people. Like, they'll just, like, have these moments that happen in movies or something like that at some point, and later on, they just never reference that moment in time. Like, okay, yeah, she's the one who helped us get out of the city. Somebody would have been like, oh, well, shit, that makes a lot of sense. She's the fucking the one or something
I had
like
this
that.
philosophy when it comes to movies. The blame shouldn't go on the actor because there are millions of other things that should be blamed first. The director, the story.
Absolutely.
Okay,
I
in
don't
this,
blame
in this
actor.
one, I'm gonna have to put Mila Djokovic in the top because she is married to the director.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So she knows what's going on, and she has been a avid fan and player of the actual games.
Really?
Yes,
Although I have to say, I think I'm going to stop playing Resident Evil now because I played the last one that they made.
it was terrible.
I know.
No,
the
well,
zombies didn't even look like they're-
wait. Did you play 6 or did you play Revelations?
6.
6, I think. it
Okay.
was.
Apparently 6 was like kind of a screw up, they admit, but they released what was another version that I think came out for like the PSP or something like that. It was called Revelations, and it was very similar to like the Resident Evil 4 style and everything and how it worked. And apparently, like, it's been re-released for like at least Xbox, I don't know, but it's apparently awesome in terms of how it works and
I
stuff
still
like that.
want an explanation for Resident Evil 5.
I
How come Sheva always gets in my way?
Dumb bitch. I just shoot her anyway. It's just for the hell of it.
Exactly.
Bitch dumpster.
And you know somewhere down the line, they're going to consider, hey, wasn't Sheva in one of those games?
Well, you have to admit, Sheva was pretty damn hot.
Okay, granted,
Yeah.
she was hot.
It's like, especially if you got her in the African attire, I was like, yes!
Yeah, she's...
Well, like, I mean, I played Resident Evil 5 for 2 seconds. Thank God I didn't get an achievement in that because I didn't want to play that fucking thing.
Well,
Like,
I
no,
thought that was
I
pretty
got-
fun considering
I
I
got
did
into
2-player with my friends.
I got into it. I got into the first level, and 1,000 fucking zombies showed up. I'm like, fuck. I can't, and I
Oh.
couldn't fucking get out of there. I'm like, what the fuck do I do?
You-
I have no bullets. Why is the aiming like shit in this game? And
That's-
then I
that's another thing.
I finally died. I was like, okay, well, I'm not even gonna try. I'm just gonna take this out before I get an achievement and have to play the whole game. And I
Well,
don't
you
wanna
should have
do
told
that.
me, man, because I could have told you you're supposed to run.
well, you
I did
can't
run
run and
for a
shoot.
while.
No, you're supposed to just run.
Yeah, I know. Which
That's the
is,
whole thing. It's
That's
like,
another thing.
You're just, you were just, there's an exit, and what you're supposed to do is supposed to run to the exit, turn around, he closes the door and slams it shut. And that's how it ends. That's like
Yeah.
that one scene. And then he goes on to, continuing on. And unless, of course, you've already beaten the game. Then you can turn around with what I did was I got like all the points. So I got like all the unlocks, unlimited ammunition and stuff like that. So I got like a heavy machine gun. I'm like, what now, motherfuckers? I just mowed the bitches down. And what happens is like when you kill them all, after you kill all the zombies, there's the last one that you kill, which is holding a stick of dynamite. You blow him up. You get the jewel that he drops, which is like $1,000.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's what I did. I just farmed. Got all the jewels and everything like that.
I didn't do shit.
Yeah, I had a friend who helped me out with like all the secret locations for the jewels and the things you're supposed to shoot to unlock.
It's pretty bad. I actually have not played any Resident Evil games. I've watched a few be played like on like Let's Play type of things, but I haven't actually played any because I really just can't stand the aiming mechanics.
Yeah, I
the
had
way
to-
like how you
Well, you
pretty
have
much
to
just have to
stop
hold
and-
still and then shoot and like
That's why I
I'm
like
used to
zombies
playing
from like
PC games where all I do is strafe, snipe, strafe, pull out pistol, shoot,
yeah, do the same thing in
crouch,
Nazi
jump.
zombies where you're just like running back, make a
Yeah.
train.
and fortunately there's games like Halo and things that lend themselves to that. But when a game like this does that, it's kind of annoying. I mean, Granted, I'm okay with the over the shoulder style thing enough. Like Dead Space was probably one of the. I think it probably had the most solid feeling. Like shooting and stuff for over the shoulder.
Yeah, indeed.
Like, because I don't like shooting over the shoulder that much in games, but
it's
game,
like the same thing
that
with Uncharted. They actually did it where the character is you can actually like see. Like the character's not blocking the screen with their big ass, you know.
Yeah. Dude, my brother can't stand it, though, on, like, Dead Space and stuff like that. He's like, oh, this is fucking terrible. And also, you're full of shit, Johnny. That game is too scary.
The only thing I hate was the fact that you couldn't, like, run fast enough. You know what I mean? It's like...
Yeah, you're like...
Well,
donuts!
I can understand. Because you're carrying all this fucking equipment so you don't die
Dude, the suit weighs like 100 pounds, apparently. Like, in Dead Space 2, there's, like, a point where there's, like, a scale off to the side, and, like, you can, I think... you can stand on it when you're first playing or whatever. You stand on it, and you're, like, 175, and then when you stand on it later, it's, like, 275 or something like that. Mm-hmm. So the suit's, like, 100 freaking pounds, man. That's a lot.
Let me ask you this. You probably don't heard of this game. But it was made by Capcom years ago.
Uh-huh.
Has anybody heard the game Onimusha?
Sounds familiar, but I can't...
I've heard of Oni. I don't know about
He's
Onimusha.
like a samurai character, and he's... Basically, it's Resident Evil, except they're samurais.
Huh.
Sounds interesting.
Again, I have to see it because I don't
Is there, like, hallways where you can't turn around and there's, like, samurais around the corner?
No, there's, like... Well, yes, there's, like... zombie-possessed samurais.
Oh, wait, there's zombie samurais?
Yes.
That's messed up.
It's actually a pretty fun game. Number 2 sucked. Number 3 was the best one.
Huh.
Number 3 is the one that made me say, I want to see this as a movie.
And did the character use samurai sword or guns?
Samurai. He does get
samurai guns.
The samurai
They
did
shoot
guns.
ninja stars.
He had this one particular gauntlet, and you got these different type of elemental orbs, and your sword actually took the shape of that element. So you have like a flame sword, a thunder sword, a wind sword.
That's kind of cool.
So it's like we got Oni magic with zombies. Okay.
Was there the one character who had the heart sword?
No.
According to Captain Planet. He's like, I'm gonna hit you with the power of heart.
That's one thing.
It was bad that they actually made an episode of Captain Planet where they pretty much just pointed out the fact that he is useless. Where, like, all the others got captured, and he's like, I can't do anything. All I have is the power of heart. And he's, like, crying, and they're like, yeah, you're fucked. And,
I tell you what, though.
I was like, okay.
I almost shit my pants this one time. My friend told me, hey, did you know they're going to make a Captain Planet movie? I'm like, what?
Jabril is getting up and walking away.
I was just like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
But he did.
There's no need.
He was just jerking with me, but I was like, I fucking hate you.
Well, what you do too is your business, but you know.
No. I meant it in the sense of like.
Look, it's 2013. I'm not judging. Okay?
You. Just fuck you. You know I'm straight.
Fuck you. You know I'm straight. I'm not gonna lie to you. But
go fuck yourself. You know I'm straight.
Oh god, dude, I would be so upset. Dude, by the way, greatest disappointment to me ever was when I found out that they were making a Legend of Zelda movie.
Damn you!
Do you know what I'm talking about?
The April Fool's son of a bitch.
I didn't even remember it was April Fool's. I'm like, I went and I told all my friends, I'm like, guys, I even told people who don't even know what the fuck Zelda is. I'm not joking. I knew some of these girls who didn't know what Zelda was. And I'm like, guys, they're making a Zelda movie! I sound like some crazy person just going up to him, shaking him, and be like, it's fucking Zelda!
You know what, man? I can't even crack on you because I did the exact same thing.
So did I.
And
then some chick in my music class goes, dude, you know they're just fucking with you, right?
Yeah, well, you see...
What?
Yeah,
It's April Fool's. Fuck!
I found out 2 weeks later. 2 weeks later. That's pretty bad, dude. And I was like, shit, I have told everybody. God damn it. Like, that's almost as bad as the time as I bought this shirt for a band that I like or whatever, and when I had bought it, I was like at one of their concerts, and they showed what was on the front of the shirt, and beside it, they showed what was on the back of the shirt. Well, I got one of the shirts, but it didn't have anything on the back of it, and I didn't know that, because I just never looked at the back of it. Mm-hmm. So for like a month, I would go around, people would be like, hey, I like your so-and-so band shirt or whatever. I'm like, thanks, and then I'd turn around and point at the back. Like, oh yeah, read the words because like I think the band was Papa Roach or whatever, and it was like it said Papa fucking Roach on the back or something like that. By the way, I was like younger at the time and stuff. Anyway, so I turn around, point at the back, and it's like there's just nothing on my back. So I just turned around, and pointed at my back for no reason, and people were like,
Okay.
"Yeah."
How old are you again?
I actually don't want to say how old I was. I was old enough that I probably should have known better, to tell you the truth.
Well, to be honest, I didn't start learning until like after my first fight in middle school. After that,
fucking phone.
did you just unplug that thing?
I should unplug that thing. I was supposed to. I forgot to do that.
Oh,
Shame on you.
do it
Yeah.
now.
You
Alright,
disgraced us.
Guess you can't.
Well, if I do it now, the person who's on the phone with my mom, who probably picked up the phone, is gonna be like, "What just happened? Who hung up the phone?"
You disgraced us.
And then they're gonna call back 50 times trying to get a hold of them, and never do that. But
Whatever.
anyway, so yeah, that was an embarrassing story. But anyway.
Again, I didn't start learning about how the world works until after I got the shit beat out of me in middle school.
Oh, well, yeah, you know, I never got crap beat out of me in middle school because I never went to middle school. I was homeschooled. But when I was...
Lucky you. I went to, like, the most ghetto school in the area for
Well,
me.
when I was in, like, you know,
Freaking Johnson.
grade school and stuff like that, I just...
They still got bars around there, man. Like, it's funny. There was no fence when I was there. I drive by there, like, 2 years later after I graduated. I'm like,
The
fence?
The fence is electrified. If any of those motherfuckers tries to get out, they're gonna get their ass cooked.
And another thing is, I met a kid that actually like was going to that school, and I asked him, "Hey, is school still ghetto?" He's like, "Yep." There's still a bunch of people getting arrested. Yep.
I used to get picked on back in school, and then my mom gave me a green light to kick ass.
Oh, that's
Well,
awesome.
you knew karate. I unfortunately did not.
I didn't do karate, but no, also I was like a whole head taller than everybody else. For the
Again,
all
I had
my
neither
life,
strength,
I had
nor
that, but-
size, nor stamina, so I was pretty much fucked. I kept my head
Dude,
low.
I definitely did not have stamina, but I could, I guess, take a beating because I'd be occasionally with these kids who were like the troublemakers and just come up to me and like hit me in the back or something like that, and so then we'd be fighting. And then seriously, I felt like fucking Goku for a little while there. I was like just fighting both of these guys, like basically doing the thing where I'm blocking both their hits with my arms, just
Were you doing Neo on him? Just
yeah, exactly. That part where Neo just like, I know Kung Fu, but like after I've unlocked my oneness. Yeah.
that one.
Wow.
Yeah,
that one.
the
Keanu
warp.
Reeves- Yeah, like
It's like, this is so easy. My
Yeah.
God.
But no, seriously, I did have moments like that. I mean, it would be a little bit exhausting, but I could do that with both of them. And I remember this moment where it was kind of like where Darth Maul's like backing up, where he's fighting both of yeah, exactly, where he's fighting Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan or whatever, backing up with both of them fighting. I had this moment that was just like that too, and I was like, oh, this is fucking awesome. While I'm like fighting them, and one of them even like flipped like over, like I grabbed his arm and like freaking twisted his arm enough to the point where he had no choice. He had to just jump over his arm in order for it to like not snap or something.
John is a badass.
There you go.
Well, in all seriousness, this is the best part too. Is I went up to the teacher afterwards after they like got worn out, and I was like, yeah. So they like came up to me and hit me in the back, and they both got time out for the rest of recess. I was like, fuck yeah.
Didn't even get in trouble for that.
Well, the bad part was that I mean I kind of encouraged the fighting a little bit too here and there, so it was like,
Don't
Yeah.
incriminate yourself.
Still. But
Yeah,
anyway.
it was a funny thing with me with like with my fight. I was arrogant and stupid when I was a kid. I thought I was untouchable because my parents spoiled me kind of. So what happened was that because my parents didn't spoil me because my dad beat the shit out of me. But when I misbehaved, but my teachers were always nice to me back in elementary school. But in middle school, teachers weren't there half the time. So it's like I started a fight with the one kid. I didn't even realize was going to break out of a fight like that. And then next thing you know, I get punched right in the throat like 3 times. I got a bump.
Jesus, really?
Yeah, he went right for my throat.
That's fucking messed up. You don't go through for the throat unless you're trying to kill.
I think he was trying to kill him. Luckily, someone finally stopped us.
I ain't gonna lie. I usually punch the throat.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, it's a weak spot.
I mean, if you came to fight. There is no such.
But there's a difference between
and it's funny 'cause-
fighing and trying to just straight up.
Nah,
Because if you punch right there, the right
there's-
out,
there's-
that
there-
knocks a person out and then they can't breathe either.
I
So
know.
You're
Yeah,
fucked.
I was.
There's a difference between a fight and just a school scuffle. fight, you do whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
School scuffle, you just do enough, make sure you don't hurt each other.
Again, I had no experience in fighting, so when I was stupid when I started the fight. I didn't realize what the hell I was doing, so then I got the shit kicked out of me
Aim for
again.
the jaw.
Well, actually, this is what I plan on doing, but I didn't go through with it because I decided, you know what, this isn't a good idea. There was a chair here, and the wall was right here for the classroom, right? So what I planned on doing was I planned on just basically drop kicking the guy by basically putting my hand on here, because I was very
Derek being very graphic with his hands.
I was very jumpy when I was a kid. I always like to use my feet. So what I plan on doing was I plan on basically just like using the wall and like holding like this, grab the chair like this, and then basically just like double kick him in the face kind of thing. But
Yeah, I had several moments.
I didn't go through with it because I probably would look like an idiot. And
It would have been the chair breaks or something like
Okay.
that. As you
It's
I'm
a
going to give you
plastic
some
chair.
solid advice here. Alright, if you're ever in a scuffle, if you find yourself you need to hit somebody, okay, my first order of business would be don't use your fist.
Oh, yeah.
Unless you know how to punch, don't use your fist. Because you're just going to hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Open palm strikes.
That's what I was just gonna say. Should you do like an open palm or something? Like, cause I've almost done that by accident anyway. Just
Open palms are always the best way to go. Aim for the nose.
Oh mother, that
isn't that dangerous? Because if you hit it
Yeah,
up
Don't,
right,
as long as you don't hit it up, you're good. But if you hit it up,
you
could
could
kill the
fucking
guy.
kill them.
you just kill them. If you're gonna hit up, aim for the chin.
2 pounds of pressure, I believe.
There you
It
go.
will kill you.
Ow.
Yeah, so don't land on your nose. Yeah, dude, it's just fucking.
Children disregard that.
Yeah, don't listen to anything we say if you're a child.
You know, if you're a
Don't-
child, why are you listening to us right now?
Don't mix styrofoam with gasoline. That's just a bad idea.
Don't turn the car on and then turn the air on while you're in the garage.
But no,
That's another bad idea.
for me, it was just like anytime I got into like a little fight or something like that, and I wouldn't even think about it. I didn't know how to fight at all, but I'm just kind of like, I guess you could say a brute. I'm big and I take punches, and
You're Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise is like a fucking energetic ninja. I'm just like, I'm like a fucking bear, okay? You just poke me with a stick and I'm like, stop it. Whatever. But anyway, no, what would happen though is that I'd be like, stop hitting me, stop it. Okay, fuck you. And then punch them. I punch them right. I'd always punch them right in their stomach where it knocks the wind out.
Right in the
And
sternum.
I didn't know what that was. I didn't know any of that
Actually,
back then.
it was
And then
funny
some
to-
kid would be like, I'm like, oh, are you okay, man? So, like, anytime I got into a fight, I always had this, like, even though they would fight with, like, no remorse or anything, I'd be like, oh, are you okay? Shit, I'm sorry.
Oh, get him off. That's it. Shoot. Oh.
They go, hurry.
Why did you sit down?
I dishonored my family.
You know, it's funny. It's like I actually got the wind knocked out of me of all things by a basketball. Some guy basically chucked the ball, hit the rebound, went at me, and right here in the center.
It's
Whoa.
always sports balls, too, right? At some point or another.
Yeah.
Especially, dude, soccer balls are terrible. They just hurt.
I know.
Or footballs
especially
if
kick
you're
'em,
in
and just like-
another country.
I just made a point in life never take balls to the face.
Ah ha ha ha. Well, anyway, on that note, I think we should. I think
What
we
a
should.
great life lesson. Here's what you're going to close out with. Make sure you take no balls to the face.
Yep. And
And you can take that however you want it.
yeah, on that, I think we should wrap this up. So yeah, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Broke Gamers Podcast, and on Twitter at BG Podcast, I believe it is. And yeah, we'll be like posting this, right away. and
Like
stuff.
this.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
Like
Missed
this,
out, Jay.
subscribe, do whatever, and
Jay,
yeah.
if you're listening to this, I want you to know, you dark man, you will be missed.
I will find you and I will kill you again. But anyway, yeah. So thank you for listening, and tune in next week, guys. Bye bye. Everybody say bye.
Sayonara.
Oh,
Oh, okay, that sucked.